This week we're going to show you how to paint this beautiful abstract painting with acrylic paints. You could use any kind of colors that you would like. You don't have to use these colors for this. You can do circles, you can do lines across this way. You could do anything that you want with abstract painting. And you don't have to be a perfectionist. And if you do make a mistake, you can start all over again. And we have a helpful tip on our midweek tips that we're going to share with you so that you could redo your painting if you do not like your first painting that you started with. Yes. So don't be afraid to make mistakes. We'll leave a link to that down below. So the first brushes that we're going to be using, this one is an size 8 by Artist Loft. That one is, Mom's using a 10 by Artist Loft. We're going to be using the navy blue, Dutch blue, and parrot blue. Dip your brush into a little bit of water. Now we're going to dip into the dark blue, the darkest blue that you have on your palette. And you're pretty much going to randomly put your paint in different areas. So just make a line where you want your paint to go. This is abstract art, so be creative and just go with the flow. See what I'm doing? And if you need to, you can wet your brush a little bit more. If you see that it's not going on very smooth, just wet your brush a tad bit. You see how it has like the little bubbles in there and it's hard to paint over it because of all the bubbles? The water definitely helps get into those little crevices on your canvas. You definitely don't have to push your brush hard. Don't push it hard unless you're making a very thick line. The harder you push, the thicker the line. Alright, now we're going to be using the next lightest blue color. And you're going to just throw in some areas where you want it just a little bit lighter. Alright, now we're going to be using the lightest color of blue. So I'm just going to take a little bit and I'm going to put light where the medium color is. See this? All I'm doing is scrubbing it in there. I'm not putting a whole buttload of paint on there. And this is how you make your paint last longer, is by just lightly putting it on there where you want it. And if you want it to be smoother in an area, all you have to do is add a little bit of water. Standard white. Using the same brush, dip into the white and go over some of the white on your canvas. This kind of fills it in so that you can paint over it a little bit easier. If you get into the blue, don't worry about it. The next part that we did was to make the edges look like burnt paper. Here's how we did it. I'm using skin tone for the next step. So now what you're going to do is just make like what you would think would look good around the bottom. And you just put the paper stuff wherever you think it should go. It could be on the side, it could be some in the middle, wherever you think. I also randomly placed a burnt spot in the middle of the picture. Use your imagination to put your spots where you want them. They're not exactly the same, but try to use one that's about the size of well, yours is a 6, mine is a 5. Try to use a 6. Something like that. Now we're going to be using antique white.
Put a little bit of water on it.
We're going to create kind of a mock shadow. Alright, if you get it on the blue a little bit, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to fill in just a little bit here and there. You can even put some a little bit lower, just to give it a little bit of depth. Like I said, this is abstract. Don't be a perfectionist. So you're pretty much going to go almost everywhere where the white is.
Okay, so anywhere there's white, we're gonna give it age.
Don't cover up all the white. You're just giving it a little bit of a dirty look. You're making the white dirty. Alright, now we're taking some brown oxide and mixing it into the skin tone. Just a little bit darker than the skin tone color.
So we added water to it also, so that it wouldn't be as thick.
Alright, so now we're going to come up here and we're just going to give a little bit to the edges. Take the same brown oxide, this time really make a shadow underneath. And it doesn't have to be perfect, just go around it. And you could even take your larger brush, dip it in just a little bit of water, and then just kind of fade it.
We gave the edges a dark edge for a burnt appearance. We pulled the dark color down onto the lighter colors in order to give it a shadow. And we also gave the skin tone color dark marks to give it a paper bag look.
Lime tree green and marsh green, yellow, and sunny day. Alright, so now we're going to use our small brush again. Okay, so now we're going to dip into the dark green, the marsh green. And now you're just going to find little places to place this. Like, what are we placing? Little bits of color.
Randomly, just anywhere?
Yeah, let's say that I want to put a little bit of green right here. I'm just going to put a little bit of green there. And then I'm going to take my large brush and I'm just going to smooth it in. Just like that. Just blend it in until there's hardly anything there. It's just a bit of color. And we're going to do the same with all 4 of these colors that we just put on here. Cinnamon. This is just a brush that I think we got from Walmart. I used it a lot. It's my flick brush.
And it's really stiff.
Yes. I'm just going to get a little bit damp. Dip into, push it into the cinnamon color. And now we're going to flick it all around the edges. Ah, there we go. I like lots of textures on my paintings. Alright, so now...
Butterflies!
Yay! I am going to be using white, black, and gray. I also have country gray.
I'm going to use 2 different colors of pink. I've never painted a butterfly before.
Look, this is your basic butterfly. I'll show you on this napkin. You're going to start up here. And you're going to do the top of the wings. Okay? And you're going to make those wings start getting just a little bit smaller. Like this. And you can even, if this is too big, what you want to do is you want to make it kind of come down like this in a line. And you don't have to make that line if you don't want to, but if it helps you, you should. And then what you're doing is you're working from the middle right here. This is the little body. And then you're going to come down And you're not going to use the connection right there. This is the bottom of that bottom wing right here. And you're going to come off of this, and you can make it into a point like that and then fill it in. Or you could even make it into like a square. Just like that. That's like the main focus, is just do the top wings first, just like I did, the top wings, and then you do the bottom wings. They don't have to be perfect or anything. You could even do one that looks completely different. You can make it go out and back in and out again. Like that. And then have the bottom ones come out into little bubbles. And that right there is your main butterfly.
We use 3 coats of white paint for the base coat of each of our butterflies, and we let each coat dry before applying the next coat.
If you paint over partially wet paint, it will actually take off the layers of paint, so you have to make sure that it's dry before you put your third coat. So now you're just going to go on the edge, and you're going to bring some out. And to blend it, all you're going to do, let me do this butterfly on the edges a little bit. I'm using my next lightest color. And to blend it, all you have to do is dip into just a little bit of white and pull that in there right along the edge while it's drying quite fast. Okay. So I have to get a little bit of gray and white and mix. See, you're just mixing the two colors together, and it's pretty watered down whenever you mix it together, the two colors. So you see how you have kind of a thick line of pink here?
Yes.
Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to dip into a little bit of white, and you're going to come up here, and you're going to brush some of that in there. So you're just going to blend the two colors together. So more white, and you can even water this down a little bit. Oh, that looks better.
It was fun blending all of the colors and making each of the butterflies different, but using the same colors. Painting butterflies is a great way to use your imagination.
Alright, so we're going to do the bodies of the butterflies. I'm using a flat, round brush. You don't have to use a round one if you don't want, but this is what I'm using. This is size 8. Alright, I'm going to do one of her bodies. I'm going to dip a little bit into your black. Make sure it's not too thick, otherwise it won't go on very smoothly. Just take it and keep your brush kind of straight up and down, so that way you're not like making marks all over your pretty butterflies. Alright, you're going to go up a little bit past the wings. Make a smooth line straight down, a little bit past the wings on the bottom. You can go over it a couple of times. It's easier to do it with a large flat brush rather than a very thin brush for the body if your butterflies are this big, because your line will be much straighter and smoother.
There, all of them are done. Now we got to put our antennas on.
Okay, so I'm using this size 0 pointed round brush. It's a detail brush. You're just going to dip into your black paint. You're going to come up here, and you're going to just take your antennas off the top of the little butterfly body. You can make them all round if you want, or like the curlies, or you can make them straight like this.
We decided that we wanted to put some glitter on our butterflies. And you can see how they sparkle. Can you see it? They sparkle. Oh, I love that touch. You might want to do that because it looks so pretty.
You see it?
Yeah, I can see it. See it? Notice how each of our butterflies are different and unique. You will have so much fun making up your own butterfly designs too. Kimberly's got a channel of her own, and it's called Kimberly's Chalkboard, and she does some amazing paintings.
I have a lot of paintings that are ready to go up, so look forward to that.
If you would like to see behind the scenes of when we were painting this painting, you could check out Crisp Nation, which is our family vlog channel. There's a lot of good footage there.
Yes.
We hope that you enjoyed watching us paint our abstract paintings, and we hope that it inspires you to give it a try too. Be sure to check out our Facebook page so you can share some of your paintings with us. Thank you for watching,
Sharing
liking,
and subscribing.
we love you all, and we'll see you next time. Bye!
It is really, really hot. Hey, you want some air, Mom?
Me do you now.
Alright.
You're on a roller coaster! That's right. This is how we roll.
How does the hair look?
Beautiful!
It's gonna sparkle all over the place. So sparkly. Bye everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye. See you later. See you later guys. Check in with us later next time. Bye bye Bob. Bye. Thanks for helping me with this painting. Okay, you're done. Go away. You go away.
Nailed it. I don't think we need to do anything else.
Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe.
Oh my gosh. You got that on video now.